Good evening, everyone. It's Coach Moose, and I am about to do my post CrossFit Open 23.1 announcement show. Uh, Funny, I'm really calling this a show, and it's just me. But, anyways, I did promise that I would do a post 23.1 show talking about how the athletes did in 23.1. Athletes being Laura Horvath, Gabby Magawa, Lazar Dukic, and Bjorgvin Carl Gudmundsson. I just finished watching that video, and I'll unpackage everything or my thoughts on their performance. And then I'll dive into tips and strategies for tackling 23.1, whether you're doing RX or scaled. And then lastly, I'll wrap it up with how I would coach athletes in warming up for 23.1 and then executing it. And then I will close it out with what my plan is in doing this particular workout. Okay. But before I get into all of that, I want to lead off with the huge announcement from Haley Adams, basically stating that she will not compete in 2023. She's taking some time away from the sport. If you follow her at all, you read her post on Instagram, and uh, I read the post and I had to read it a couple of times. There was some. If you're on the receiving end of that post, you can't help but feel a lot of love and and support and not sympathy, but empathy for her. She basically got thrown. Well, I wouldn't say she got thrown, but she came into the public eye at the young age of 14, and she had been doing CrossFit since that very young age. And basically, we watched her grow up in front of our eyes. And what a, she has spent now 7 to 8 years and in the sport, and the the amount of expectations that were that she had to carry as a young lady and as an athlete, uh, obviously uh, has to have taken their toll on her. And out of respect for Haley, I'm not going to deep dive into what it all means. Uh, that's that's for her and those close to her. That's for them to, you know, uh, work through. And I just wish nothing but the best for her. I'll be excited to see her come back in 2024. She did say in her post that she's only taking the year away, so we'll see how that goes. And it could mean that she steps away from social media as well. So uh, kudos to her. I read through some of the comments on her post, and I think what really appeals to me about CrossFit, whether it's the sport or the methodology, there's nothing but love from all of her fellow competitors, and just just want to say, Haley, our thoughts and prayers are with you from Black Widow CrossFit, and we wish nothing but the best for you, and we look forward to your return whenever you feel like you are ready to come back to us. All right. So I just finished watching 23.1, the live announcement show. And as you know, Laura Horvath squared off against Gabby Magawa, and Lazar Dukic squared off against BKG. And if you watched my show from earlier today, the one that I had to redo. You know that I predicted Laura would take the matchup against Gabby, and she did. And I predicted that BKG would take the matchup against Lazar. However, uh, I'm batting 50%. Okay. Lazar Dukic broke Rich Froning's record set in 2014. And in 2014, Rich Froning, when he did this workout, he recorded 277 reps. Now, the workout, 14.1, one round equals 200 reps. So Rich Froning got back to the rower and the wall balls or the toaster bar in 2014 and recorded 276 or 77 reps. Lazar Dukic today 286. And then Sam Briggs set the record in 2014 for this workout with 256 reps, and Laura Horvath shattered that by 10 reps. She recorded a score of 266. So uh, I'm gonna break down what I saw. I'm gonna start with the men. I was really surprised with and impressed with Lazar's performance in this workout. Uh, Throughout the first round, he was very relaxed on the rower. Uh, Maintained a very tall uh, body position on the rower and was taking longer strokes. And he finished 60 calories in about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And then I noticed on his toaster bar, he used a wide grip and took short breaks. I don't think he broke more than twice. If he did break more than twice, I didn't see it. But just to give you an idea, just between the row and the toaster bar, he finished that in those first two movements in less than 4 minutes. Wall balls, I saw an interesting technique where uh, as he's waiting for the ball to come down, he relaxes his arms by waving them down to his sides. So very relaxed on the wall balls. I don't think he got a single no rep in this whole workout, and I'll talk about that from the BKG's perspective. Power cleans, he got to the power cleans at 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the workout, and he finished the power cleans at 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Muscle ups, he got to the muscle ups at 7:24-ish, and he finished round one in about 9 minutes and 39 seconds. He got to the row at 9:47, roughly, I think is when I saw the clock, and he finished his row in 2 minutes or his second row in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Uh, just throughout the whole workout, very relaxed. No, you could tell that he was very calm, just taking it all in, enjoying the time, and just working through his paces in the workout. BKG, on the other hand, uh, I noticed in his first row, he had a very stunted uh, technique on his stroke. And he's a shorter, stockier athlete. So, getting the long strokes using the power from your legs is going to be a challenge. So his strokes were shorter and a little bit more stunted than what Lazar had in the first row. On the toaster bars, I noticed that that BKG was tight. He had a short range of motion on the downswing of his legs. He just seemed very tense. So I don't know what was going on there. In the wall balls, he had two no reps and power cleans. He seemed to cycle through those very well. BKG is pretty good on the barbell. He got to the muscle ups right at 7 minutes and 51 seconds. So he was a good uh, 30 seconds behind Lazar Dukic by that point when he got to the rings. Um, and then I think he got to the rower for the second set of 60 calories at about the 10:20 mark. And if you remember what I said about Lazar, Lazar started rowing at about 9:47. So overall, just a great performance by Lazar. I was very, I was very surprised and then very impressed. I vastly underestimated how he would do in this workout, but this seemed to be one uh, that seemed to favor his style. Um, and maybe it's because it's a longer chipper. So uh, just good work by Lazar. All right, going over to the ladies' side. So talking about Laura and Gabby, Laura is just, I mean, she's just great. Um, she's a very well-rounded athlete. She's strong, she's focused, and when she's in the zone in a workout, there's nothing that can possibly phase her. Uh, on the power cleans, she did singles and seemed to finish those at about 7:44. When she first did this workout in 2014, I guess she didn't get to the muscle ups. So she was able to rip through the entire first round, and she started round two on the rower at about the 10-minute, 6-second mark. Uh, Laura has long, strong strokes, uses the strength and the power from her legs to really drive her pull. So she just, like I said, very well rounded. Gabby, in her first set of toes to bars, she broke early to chalk up. I don't think she got any no reps. She got to the power cleans at about 6 minutes and 23 seconds, and she used a touch and go technique for the power to cycle through the power cleans. She got through round one and started round two at approximately the 11:58 mark, and this was a AMRAP of 14 minutes. So uh, I knew Laura would take it. There was no doubt. As soon as she started pulling on the rower, you could tell she was just ready to work. So that's my breakdown of having watched 23.1. Again, what's impressive about the athletes' performances is Rich Froning's record from 2014 of 277 was shattered by Lazar. Lazar recorded a score of 286, and then Laura, like I said, shattered Sam Briggs's record by 10 reps, 266 to Sam's 256. All right, the next thing I'm going to talk about is what my recommendations are for strategy to get through 23.1. Uh, you got to remember that 23.1 is a repeat of 14.4. It calls for 60 calories on the rower, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 power cleans at 135 for guys and 95 for ladies, and then 20 ring muscle ups for a total of 200 reps in one round. All right, so you want to set a moderate pace on the rower. Now, you don't want to go out too hot, so find a sustainable yet moderate pace that uh, you can sustain on the rower. On the toes to bar, the challenge here will be making sure that your feet get behind the rig, the post of the rig, in order for the rep to count. You probably want to, if you're really good with toes to bar, you probably want to tackle this in two big sets. And if you're not good with toes to bar, then you're going to want to break early and often. All right, wall balls. You're going to want to tackle the wall balls at a steady pace. I think the wall balls are 40 reps. So I would break this up into 2 to 3 sets, but very short breaks in between those sets. You want to find or you want to find a pace that you can sustain on the wall balls without fatiguing your arms. And bear in mind that the standard this year for wall ball shots is the middle of the ball must touch the top of the target. Okay, the middle of the ball must touch the top of the target, whether you're shooting for 10 feet or 9 feet. That is what makes a valid rep. On the cleans, I would save your breath and save your hips and your back by going for quick singles on the cleans. And when you go for quick singles on the cleans, follow the barbell to the ground with your hands, kind of guide the barbell down to the ground. And as soon as that bar comes to a final landing, go ahead and cycle into your next rep. If you make it to the ring muscle ups, hey, the key here, the two keys here for success, I think, are your grip and then going for big kips on the rings. And I would shoot for I would shoot for 2 sets on the ring muscle ups. Okay, so that's my recommended strategy for success with 23.1. And now let's talk about a warm up. So if I were coaching this in a general warm up, I would get the athlete ready in probably about 2 sets of a low number calorie row and a hip hinge movement, a squat movement, and then two preparatory movements, helping the athlete prepare their grip and their midline uh, for for the toes to bar and the muscle ups. As far as specific warm ups, the specific warm up, give the athlete um, or have the athlete work through varying paces on the roller, going from easy to moderate to fast, and then have them work on toes to bar and wall balls and their power cleans. So um, if you there's you could go out on Google, search Open 23 or 14.4 warm up strategy or warm up tips, and there's a plethora of them out there. As a coach, what you want to do is you want to get your athlete started on the workout, probably at the 30-minute mark in a 60-minute class. So that would take them to the 44-minute mark, and then they have time to recover and um, you know deal with all the administrative stuff post an open workout. Okay, so lastly, what am I going to do for this workout? My challenges are going to be the wall balls and the cleans. So my plan as of right now is to do the workout RX. Because I can do toes to bar. I can row fairly decently. I've gotten much better since 2014 on the rower, so I think I can do fairly well there. I plan to tackle the toes to bar in 2 big sets and pray for mercy on my soul on the wall balls. If I can get to the wall balls, I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem with the power cleans. I'll be happy if I get halfway through the power cleans uh, when the clock hits 14 minutes. So there you have it, 23.1. I'm excited. I'm going to do it Saturday morning at Black Widow CrossFit, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'll share my thoughts after I do the workout on Saturday. All right, have a good night. Thanks for listening. Share your thoughts. Give me a like or a subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate whatever support you can give.